It's been several decades that I have been a therapist to date. What's that you say? Oh, my most memorable case? To answer, there isn't an effort to be made. Yes, I guess it would seem strange. It was an unprecedented patient who solely saw me for a segment of a day. I recall being connected and engaged, immediately impressed by the exchange, embedded in recesses of my brain where it's perpetually stayed, in cerebral crevices engraved. His expression was so grave, I'll take its memory to the same. It validates and emulates the famed, the life imitates art, etc. cliche. Oh, I'm violating a confidence. God forgive the error of my ways. Can I justify it as there just might be a necessary lesson to be taken? Nothing's black and white, never easy fixes. Much to our surprise, we're our own elixir. Nothing's as perceived when we feel confusion. Easier to give than receive advice. We might be our solution. Oh, I'm violating a confidence. God forgive the error of my ways. Can I justify it as there just might be a necessary lesson to be taken? You could technically label him a walk-in, though it was more of a stumble. I offered him a smile, chair in question, what's the trouble? His face bore familiar signs of a struggle. Pockmarks, bored complexion, deepened lines, sunken sleepless eyes, subtle bleach, white salt steeped inside his stubble. Accent had thick undertones, European to the utmost. He sat next to my vast desk with slumped shoulders, poor posture. Before he unloaded dirty laundry, warned me, little I can afford, doctor. Cordially assured him, this is more a service than a business. For now, forgo the financial burden of the visit. Later we'll work out payments. First the symptoms, let me listen. He thanked me languidly, smile turning to a grimace. He explained he's been paid to paint the purpose of existence. He's a traveling artist. Lately work feels like a gimmick, it's a joke. He's anguished at the world, it is so vicious. Despite the crowd, solitude discouraged him in distance. He pressed on, depressed for close to 30 minutes. If the world's a stage, he's wishing to close the curtains and be finished. Flushed and sweating, blushing red, he paused and caught his breath. He observed me sternly like a critic. I presumed that I knew his solution. It turns out I surely didn't. Nothing's black and white, never easy fixes. Much to our surprise, we're our own elixir. Nothing's as perceived when we feel confusion. Easier to give than receive advice. We might be our solution. Oh, I'm violating a confidence. God forgive the error of my ways. Can I justify it as there just might be a necessary lesson to be taken? After that emphatic monologue, we sat tacit, melodramatic, sure of course. I empathized, as is my job. Thought and concocted my best advice to solve the tragic state of mind in which he's caught. It might seem odd as you're nomadic. Perhaps the answer's a change. Get off the stage, have some entertaining interaction. I know, yes, that's it. There's a traveling circus in town. The show is the perfect distraction. Get immersed in the crowd. Animals exotic and possibly strong men. Cannons bursting men out. The popcorn, the hot dogs, the music is loud. The colors, the action, the mirth and the sound. The main attraction's fantastic. I heard it's a clown, Pagliacci. Across the world he's renowned. The man will have you laughing, belly aching, knee slapping. The exact thing to pick you up when hurting you're down. That's when my visitor gasped, but doctor! He stopped me dead, started sobbing, responding, I'm lost, my friend, with an ambiance of dread. You see, I perform in the tent. I'm the Pagliacci you referenced. I dropped my jaw. He dropped his head into his palms and promptly wept. Nothing's black and white, never easy fixes. Much to our surprise, we're our own elixir. Nothing's as perceived when we feel confusion. Easier to give than receive advice. We might be our solution.